Hello everyone, welcome back to LewisNews. We've got some really cool updates for Spider-Man Beyond the Spiderverse. Chris Miller has come out and spoke about the film once again. But before we get into that, I want to urge you to subscribe. This is your #1 YouTube channel for all types of Spider-Man news. If you want to stay in the loop with the webhead, this is the channel for you. This is coming in from the Jonathan Sim on Twitter, and Chris Miller, one of the producers for the film, has come out and spoke about Spider-Man Beyond the Spiderverse once again. And any update that we get about Spider-Man Beyond the Spiderverse is always interesting because, as we do know, the film was actually meant to release this year in May specifically, and obviously since Across the Spider-Verse only just came out, it would have been a very little amount of time in between both of the films. But as we've reported and mentioned on the channel before, because of the rumors that have been coming out about Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, everything seemed to hint and suggest that the film was nowhere near completion, with even lead animators coming out and saying that they haven't even touched the film, saying that they've only ever done concept imagery and concept art for the movie itself. And some of the test footage that we saw in one of the reveals for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse way back, I think 2 or 3 years ago now, was actually the only thing that they've ever done close to Beyond the Spider-Verse in terms of the film animating process and getting the film anywhere near completion. They've only ever done test footage for the film, and that's about it. It also came out that the voice actors apparently haven't even recorded any of their lines for the film either, with Haley Steinfeld even saying that she hasn't recorded anything for Beyond the Spider-Verse, and more rumors coming out, even with the actor strike going on, that it was going to be a while before any of the lines could even be recorded in the first place. So this meant that Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse was obviously going to be delayed, in which obviously the release date was taken away from the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse official Twitter account, and all accounts suggest that the film will not be coming out this year, with no word on when the film will actually be scheduled for from Sony Pictures. However, with all that negativity surrounding the film, Chris Miller has positively came out and said something about the film, saying that they are knee-deep in Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, meaning that they are well in production for the film. He also goes on to say, "We're really excited about where the story is going. I think it's a very satisfying conclusion to the trilogy." Now, I love this. I love that they weren't just willing to put out a subpar product, because obviously the demand was that the film came out this year. Now, whether that Sony Pictures demanded that the film came out a year after the last one, we don't know. Probably. We know what Sony's like. They love money. So Sony probably did urge them to maybe make it a back-to-back two-parter as it was meant to be originally. However, we know that Phil Lord and Chris Miller, we know them two as a pairing, as producers, directors, writers, whatever they are always adamant on making something the best it can be. So obviously, as they've been working on the Spider-Verse movies, producing these movies over the last couple of years, they want to make the story the best it can be. We've seen that through Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, probably one of the best Spider-Man films we've ever seen, and then Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, one of the most visually stunning, one of the best written and told stories for Spider-Man in the last, I want to say, 20 or 30 years. And I really do believe that Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, given the time to the animators, given time to the writers, and given time to Phil Lord and Chris Miller, will be one of the best Spider-Man films and one of the best conclusions to a Spider-Man story that we have ever seen. Now, if the film was to come out this year and they did in fact rush the movie, then it definitely wouldn't be as good. It would probably be subpar, the animation wouldn't be up to scratch, the voice acting probably wouldn't have been that great, the writing wouldn't have been that great either. It probably would have been choppy and all over the place. So I'm really glad that Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is being given the care, being given the treatment that it deserves. Now, we've been talking about this for a while. We know that even when these rumors were coming out that the film was nowhere near done, people coming out saying that the film hasn't even been touched or even worked on, we knew that the reason for this is because they were making it Across the Spider-Verse as best as it could be. And even though it means that we probably won't see Beyond the Spider-Verse for another maybe even 3, 4, 5 years at the most, which is really disappointing, we've also got to remember that we're definitely going to get a better product because of it. And we know that we're going to be getting an awesome movie. And I do trust Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They are probably some of the best in the game right now when it comes to producing Spider-Man content, evidently, as we've seen from Into and Across the Spider-Verse. But yeah, Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be great. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I want to know all your thoughts. Make sure to like on it. It really does help the channel. And also make sure to subscribe so you do not miss any more Spider-Man news in the future. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.